In English and in many other languages, there are some verbs that have just one meaning. But there are also verbs that have more than 1, 2, 3 or even more meanings. Don't worry, you don't have to learn them all. But it's very good for you to get familiar with some of them. To put. Interesting verb. It has many meanings depending on the context. Let's talk about some of the most common ones. We use the verb to put when we move something and place it somewhere. You can put a book on a table. You can put some sugar in your coffee. You can put a sofa near the window. But when we talk about putting the dishes and everything you need to have a meal on the table, we say that we lay the table. As in the sentence, please lay the table, dinner is ready. You can also put the TV near the window, but if you want to watch the TV, you mustn't say, I'm putting the TV. You must say, I'm turning or switching the TV on. More examples. Turn the TV on. Let's watch the news. The program I was listening to has finished, so you can switch the radio off now. Yes, we say turn or switch on and turn or switch off. We've seen this in previous lessons. This is just a reminder. To put also means to write something. I can put my signature on a document or my personal data on a form. More examples. My son puts his name and his telephone number in all his books in case he loses them. You need to put your birth date here. Put a tick next to the option you prefer. To put can also mean to express something in words. Have a look at these examples. I hated the present he gave me, but I didn't know how to put it. This room is a mess, to put it plainly. There's no need to put things like that. You should be more polite. Let's talk now about to get. You know this verb very well by now, but it has even more meanings than you imagine. If we add another word to this verb, we have a different meaning, and it's very useful to talk about changes of mood and changes of appearance. Let's play a game. Alicia?
Hello.
Hi, Alicia. Let's show our students some of the many possibilities of the verb to get. Think of the verb to get plus some other words, and I'll briefly explain what it means, okay?
Great. Okay. To get sad
means to feel sad, often in a sudden way.
To get fat
Means to gain too much weight.
To get crazy
Means to have fun or try new things.
To get married.
Means to marry someone, of course.
To get lost.
Means not being able to find your way.
To get dark.
Is when it becomes dark in the evening.
To get better.
Means to be better than you were before.
To get cold.
Means to feel colder than before. As you can see, there are many, many options. I think we've made clear how useful the verb to get is. Alicia?
Well, in that case, I'll get going. There's a word to watch waiting for me.
Oh, another use. Brilliant. Thanks, Alicia.
You're welcome.
You can play this game too. It's quite fun. I'll see you in a minute with some pronunciation tips.
Hello again. Here's a little reminder for you. The word furniture is uncountable. What does this mean? It means that we cannot use its plural form because it doesn't exist. The same thing happens with other uncountable nouns like water or sugar. We don't say 3 waters or 2 sugars. We say 3 bottles of water, for example, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Well, with furniture, we can't say I bought 4 furnitures. You must say I bought 4 pieces of furniture. So remember, we can't count furnitures. We count pieces of furniture.
Let's talk about consonant clusters. Why? Because in many English words there are many of them, and it's good for you to pronounce them correctly. There are many words that start with a consonant cluster that starts with the letter S. For example, snail, speak, school, swim, smile. But there are many more consonant clusters. Listen carefully and repeat with me. Blue, clean, drive, flag, green, throw, plural. We can also find consonant clusters in the middle of a word. For example, empty, complement, settle. Or at the end of a word, camp, bank, last, trust, hand, breakfast. I know pronunciation can be tricky, but like everything else, if you practice, you'll get better and better at it. Just pay attention and repeat these words many, many times. In a few days, they'll sound great, I promise.